Hello, I'm playing Aether and Iron. This time I have to meet Architect of Pandemonium here. So, let's go.
Clouds of industrial smoke twist and writhe on the horizon, partners in a fleeting dance. A voice crackles in over my radio.
Hey, I gotta pull off for a minute.
Everything all right?
There's a big crowd over here. I'm gonna check it out.
I'll join you. I loop the block and pull in behind Luca. He's already out, standing on the edge of a crowd gathered around a young man shouting passionately from the top of an ancient oil crate.
And that's why we can't give him an inch!
Apprehensive brows and shuffling feet drown out the few approving grunts that come sporadically from the assembled men, dressed mostly in working clothes and dirt.
If we don't stand up now, they'll keep us down forever! You can count on that!
What was so important about stopping here?
I run the Ledgeman Union in Dreamland, and I had to bleed for it. There are Union men here, and I didn't put this together.
And what has the Union never done for us? Actually done! It's a tiger that has let itself be defanged! We're defenseless against tyrants!
A sudden, deep breath from Luca seems to dampen some of his anger. Guilt? Shame? Some sort of dark shadow washes over his face. What's going on?
This young blood is trying to rile up the crowd with revolution talk. It's funny. He reminds me of my brother.
The boy on the pulpit could hardly be more than 20. He gesticulates wildly, accenting inflections with a pointed accusation or a palm to the heavens.
What do they give us for an extra 2 hours past dark? Nothing but a pat on the back. And when Jack fell off the edge last month because he was too tired to see the gap, what did they do? A shrug for his widow? And what did leadership do about it? Not a damn thing!
I've seen this idealist at gatherings. Either he's never heard how we got to where we are, or he hasn't heard what happens to anyone else who tries to organize. Or he's just stupid.
We need to organize! If Local Zero won't help us, we help ourselves!
He steps off the crate, and murmurs of agreement work their way through the crowd. Luca nods to me and pushes his way through the ledgemen. A few, recognizing my hulking golem companion, take their hats off and scurry away looking embarrassed. Not going to kill him in front of a crowd, are you?
No. But he's gonna learn something before someone else does. Hey kid, we need to talk.
The young firebrand turns, sweat shining on his face from his excitement. On seeing Luca, his grin takes a dive off the island's edge.
Oh!
It's damn right it's me. What the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm doing what you won't do, old man. These men are suffering. Your men. And someone has to act.
Listen, twerp. I've got 24 scars that should tell you the cost of me acting. How many scars do you have?
I'm not scared. Someone needs to do something. And the great left hook Matzi's gone soft.
Luca's eyes are a blast furnace, pouring liquid iron down his arms, hardening into clenched fists. This seems important to him. No use getting in the way. I might have had more luck stopping a train with an open palm as Luca's fist connects hard with the kid's solar plexus. The little firebrand doubles over in pain.
You don't know the fire you're playing with, son. You keep on this path, you won't get some sissy punch to the gut to shut you up.
The boy falls to his knees, unable to reply.
We're leaving.
He turns on his heel and storms off toward our parked cars. 30 furious paces and we're back to the sidewalk. Luca puts his hands on the roof of his car and looks down at the pavement between his feet. You all right?
Fine.
Luca's expression is a forced blank. It's impossible to tell what's going through his head. After that punch, adrenaline must be at least partly to blame. The boy really touched a nerve, huh? The way you reacted, I thought he'd stabbed you in the gullet.
That stupid kid.
Luca fishes a cigar from his pocket, and the next time he speaks, he's a steam locomotive rushing through the fog.
He reminds me of Marco.
Your brother?
Marco was also a passionate idiot. Now he's dead.
Sorry. You told that boy a minute ago he was playing with fire, just by organizing?
There's a single chapter here, and I'm responsible for keeping it that way. Back when everything went to hell, we made a deal with Mom, and I gotta keep it.
The ember of his cigar glows like still sparking slag.
I'm the fire.
Tell me about Marco. He takes a puff and lets it go. The smoke returns to its natural environment, seeking out its siblings among the stacks.
Marco was a good kid. Too good for his own sake. We got into the Ledgemen's Union at the same time. I was back before there was only the one left. Marco tried to bring them all together, unionize the unions, so to speak. Stupid.
I don't get it, Luca. How do you square what happened to your brother with enforcing for Marm? He pauses for a long moment.
You willing to make a short stop on our way to the next place?
Maybe. Depends on why.
There's a spot I go sometimes to think. I could explain myself better if we stopped there.
I can spare a minute. Lead the way.
Okay, let's finish Lucas' quest first.
Luca leads us to a killing field, where the bones of old ships lay discarded across the landscape. Rusty blood dots the forgotten skeletons. No monument to mourn their passing.
We grew up here, on the docks. Dad damn near died here. Guess we all did once or twice.
Luca stops, looking off toward the horizon. He stands there a while, looking at everything and nothing.
Those that did. Some were lucky to have something to bury. Others...
Luca motions solemnly to a concrete platform, worn smooth by years of exposure. Fist-sized stones are scattered over the surface. Faded letters on a faded tomb. Is this a memorial to your brother?
Best I could manage. Back when... You know. Back when it happened. There was too much going on. Never found a body neither, so... This is what he's got.
Graves aren't what they used to be anyway. I've seen pictures of the old cemeteries, back before we took to the skies. Rolling fields of grass and trees, as far as the eye could see.
I can't really figure it. I think Marco would have liked that, though. All the green. Stone and iron's all we ever knew. He always wanted more, though. Looks like some ruffians got in again and knocked down the memorial. Some of the rocks are missing, too. Help me fix it?
Red and green offer a stark contrast to the gray, shooting up through concrete and several loose stones in an effort to reclaim life from grim industry. I pocket a few. As I lean down, I'm taken aback by the scent. It's overwhelming, like the plants need to prove they can do more than survive in a place like this. I catch my breath before turning back. A large tarp held down by stones along the edges. Impossible to say what it's covering. Looks like most of what we need. I pocket the stones, holding it down. A breeze passes, and the tarp tumbles end over end across the yard. All these names. What happened here?
That's why they shut down the place. Moorings here were never worth the steel they were made from. The barge got loose one day. 48 ledgemen. The company only cared about the damage to the dock. If you look around, there are more of them etched into the steel, less formal. Most ledgemen's families have lost a brother, father, son. I'm not the only one that comes here to remember.
Who needs rolling green hills? This is a better memorial to the men who spent their lives here.
Yeah, a memorial to all the people who died filling someone else's wallet.
Scratched into the base of the concrete platform are weather-worn letters, still readable. Huh. What does this...
Dove Mako. After he went missing, ledgemen around the barony carved it everywhere. You'll still see him around if you look.
Sounds familiar.
Not everyone heard. A Union troublemaker goes missing. Who cares outside the men who knew him? Could have just fallen off the edge. Happens every day.
I take it that's not what happened.
That should be enough.
He takes the stones from me, completing a small pyramid above the letters, still asking where Marco is. He leans back to consider his work. You picked a dramatic place for his memorial.
This is the last place anyone saw him. Ledgeman's strike back in 22. Marco up here yelling about coming together, making the boss his answer for our raw deal.
So, how did you find out he was gone?
It took me longer than I care to admit. The World Series had just ended, and I landed a prize match right on the tail of it, so I was out of town for a few. Come back, look around the docks, ask where the hell he's gone. Nobody knew. Just that he hadn't shown up in a few days.
He looks off into the distance, tension beating a rat-a-tat through the veins in his temple. I hope he won the match.
Yeah. Only had to lose my brother for it.
What happened after he went missing?
It all fell apart. The local union chapters came together, started pushing for unity, and Mom cracked down. You ever see a strikebreaker in a machine gun nest?
I'm glad I haven't. That's awful.
Men don't like looking down the barrel. We fought, but men knew they might die for it. Just like Marco did. There were terms made. When the guns didn't work, Mom shut down our ports and starved us out. Had no choice but to surrender so that we could go back to loading ships. Every Union chapter was dissolved but one. And me, their great and noble leader.
What did you do after Marco?
You don't want to know.
Yeah.
I looked through every dive, every corner. I broke windows and bones. Never found him, but I did find the bastards who did it.
His hands flex, strangling an invisible neck.
Strikebreakers. Left them broken themselves. And when there was nothing left to break, I came back.
And you ended up in charge of the last Union chapter in Dreamland.
Once I dried the blood off my knuckles and saw where I was, I swore never to let another man die like my brother. I got it in my head to speak up about it, and men listened, so they made me president.
The hothead earlier. I'm guessing he's a lot like your brother.
Damn near a mirror image. Right around the same age, but he'd have been in diapers back then. And the older hands don't like to talk about it.
So he doesn't know what could happen. His palms open upward, and his eyes shift to study the gnarled skin and bone. In the workman's hands are held a devil and an angel. Whichever he chooses is out of my control.
Kid's right about it all. I've been doing this for too long, and Local Zero is just a front to make it look like we're organized. We don't have any real power. We don't protect the people. But if he keeps doing what he's doing, people are gonna die.
Do you think Marco would have been okay with where things are? He looks up at me, face tense, but doesn't reply. Not many people die for what they believe. Most just keep their heads down. Maybe if they're lucky, they end up on a plaque. Your brother fought for something important. So do you.
You're right. What the hell did he die for if nothing changes?
He punches the stack, flinging stones across the yard. His fist comes back bloody, fresh iron to match the rust all around us.
We're already taking Mom down. It's time for Local Zero to end. I'll let the kid do what he wants.
I think Marco would have appreciated that.
Yeah, he would.
I'll sell this item here.
Did you break something?
Show me what you've got.
Yeah, I have a little bit of everything. Don't be a stranger.
The yacht is a declaration of wealth and power as subtle as a boot to the throat. It's a world I have no business setting foot into. But I'm going to do it anyway.
Giovanna, darling, this way. We have no time to waste.
I spot Sophie and amble my way over to her chosen spot, along a roped-off section of the deck, devoid of any partygoers. Sophie fishes a leather valise out from the shadows. She dutifully stands in front of me, blocking the leers of any looky-loos before handing me my new skin.
Your gown, Cinderella?
Sophie's picked out something elegant that's also businesslike. Putting it on is like entering a world of privilege I've never known. I can feel my face flush as I change, even in this private corner. So, what do you think?
Yes, that should do. Good work on my part if I do say so myself.
Why do I need a disguise?
Mom has pulled out all the stops for tonight's little soiree. Which means we need you to look presentable. Goodness, girl, what did you do to your hair?
I washed it.
Cute. Let's run a brush through it and touch up your makeup. You should dress up your speech a tad, but not too much. Business, my dear. That's the key ingredient to this ratatouille.
My favorite flavor. Look, is all this cloak and dagger stuff really necessary? All the charm and levity drains out of Sophie's face like water down a storm drain.
You know what you look like right now, Giovanna? You look like a bum from the hole. A smuggler and a criminal.
All I'm saying is,
You're not from this world. I live in it. You want to play cowboy and do it your own way? I wish you luck. You want to get things done? Put on the clothes and plaster a smile across that mug.
so what's my cover?
Your nom de guerre for this evening is Miss Fiorella. A young shadowbacker in various unassuming lowers businesses. You're looking to expand your investment portfolio.
Won't I stand out?
You're a smaller fish than Mom usually deals with. But she has a soft spot for ladies with an enterprising nature. So remember, tough, but with table manners.
Got it. Pat yourself on the back later, Soph. Klossner's definitely showing up, right? Will he have the blueprints with him?
It's a certainty. I requested that he bring them specifically for the purpose of modeling a replica cake of pandemonium for Mom's birthday. She does love her sweets, the old dear.
That's all well and good, but I'll need to get close to him to nab those blueprints. Otherwise, this is all for nothing.
Relax. It's a cinch. Klossner will be on stage as a part of the docking speeches. He's the one with the round frame cheaters. When he bellies up for his turn, go through his things. As easy as quiche.
Shouldn't that be easy as pie?
I'm showing off tonight, remember? Pie is so common.
Well, ooh la la to you too. All right, enough horsing around. What are you up to during all this?
Being Marm's shadow. I hope you won't require my assistance, but if the situation grows desperate, I can run interference for you.
Hoping I won't need it. This situation is eggs and coffee. See you there. Party is in full swing. Haves swapping stories about screwing over the have-nots, enjoying success now that they don't have to bruise their own knuckles. Some guy in a penguin suit passes by, so I snatch a flute of bubbly to steal my nerves. Not for the first time. I wonder why I'm always making deals with the devil. One devil with many different names and faces, who's sure to catch me one of these days.
A little bird told me that he saw one of Marm's little helpers gallivanting around town with the comptroller. A married man! Is there no shame anymore?
Pardon me, miss. You look like a worldly woman of taste and discrimination. Tell me, do you find yourself more drawn these days to dining out or to taking in a good show?
Sorry, are you asking me out on a date?
Perish the thought. I'm not from the lowers. I was hoping to gain your opinion so I can make an informed decision. I'm looking to make some new investments.
The Lowers is practically run on Burroughs-style fish and chips. You set up a storefront and get a cook who knows his business, and you'll see a return by the end of the year, guaranteed.
Fried fish. A Burroughs recipe, you say? Forgive me, but that makes no sense. Aren't the Burroughs all but abandoned by this point? Why would I cater to them?
Look, people didn't leave the Burroughs on a whim. The street kids moved house, but they still ache for a taste of home. A fish joint in a burg full of expats could clean up.
A fish joint. I see, you make a good point. I should do some more research. Thank you for your time, miss.
That egghead's a lost cause. I bring him a business proposal, and that crumb treats me like a church lady collecting for war orphans.
Look, I can't help it if I'm on a hot streak, buddy. Don't get sore with me. It's the cards what made a monkey out of you.
This looks like the door to the stock room at the back of the bar. There's almost certainly heavy foot traffic from the staff. So if I want a drink on the house, I suppose I'll have to get creative. I snatch a half-empty bottle of an aggressively mid-shelf wine from the nearest empty table and strut up to the door with all the swagger of a peacock on parade. The barback answers the door, squinting at me with annoyance. Guess he's not used to dealing directly with customers, which makes this the perfect time to lean on him. What the hell is this? Do you really think the Duke is going to drink this swill?
The Duke?
The Duke of Old York is on this cruise. We ordered top shelf, and if this is it, you can bet his lordship won't be booking with you the next time he crosses the pond. The barback ruffles his hair nervously, shuffling through a few bottles before emerging with an elegant black bottle covered at the top with burnished gold foil, hugging the neck like a tuxedo collar.
Here, on the house. Please convey our apologies to his lordship.
Are you enjoying the music? Wunderbar! They can play anything from Wolle to Toscanini. They're worth every penny. But I get them for free. Their brother owes me.
If it isn't the redoubtable Miss Fiorella. Hello, darling. Isn't this party wonderful? Shall I set you up with a fresh drink?
Sophie, nice venue. I see our hostess didn't cheap out on the liquor either. A Class A act all around, if it weren't for the other guests.
Yes, business sometimes makes unpleasant bedfellows, doesn't it? At least the men have the good sense not to act ungentlemanly in public. Marm takes a dim view of such behavior.
Pardon me? Oh, pardon me, miss. Do you have a moment for a conversation? T.L. Watkins. I write biographies. The Venerable Baron has commissioned a story of her life in honor of the upcoming anniversary. I would love to hear any anecdotes you'd care to share.
I've heard a few things.
Leave out no detail, however salacious. Just as long as they don't get me killed.
Ever heard about the love of Marm's life? Bet you haven't.
That's a new one. Certainly, Marm has been seen around town with a gent or two, but everyone knows she's never settled down.
He was a poor kid. No one knows what barony he came from. He pulled himself up from nothing, worked his tail off, all to make a home for the two of them.
So what happened next?
That's the tricky part. Some say he was shipped out during the war and died overseas, or he passed from the wasting. Some say he was killed to warn Marm off. Whatever the real story is, they all end the same way. Marm would never love again.
Who knew Marm was capable of such heartrending devotion? What a tragedy. Beautiful in its way. Who wouldn't be moved by such a story?
The second the words escape the author's mouth, I know the answer. Marm wouldn't. She tore her heart in half and learned to do without it. I take it you've already heard of the Hackthorn disaster?
Who hasn't? An entire ferry liner carrying migrants from the burrows into the lowers crashing into an island? Why, Marm herself was on board the General Hackthorn, if memory serves.
I wait for his brain to catch up to his mouth. He already knows everything I could tell him about the subject.
Oh, poor thing. A young Magdalene, emerging from the wreckage, surviving despite the odds, growing up with nothing, finding a way to thrive on the dangerous streets. Truly inspiring.
Did you get a good look at Marm's silk wrap?
Now that you mention it, that's a Juno scarf, isn't it? As exclusive as it gets. Even the well-heeled in the uppers can't get their mitts on one without connections. Are you saying...
Look back in the archives a few years, and you'll find that an Aether freighter carrying Juno's seasonal line was hijacked before Fashion Week. Marm had that nifty piece a few days later.
I see. My, Marm...
With a sudden thought and a burst of speed, the excited biographer begins to scribble rapidly.
Her shadowy hands looming just over the city, plucking at invisible strings. That's good.
Hope there's something there you can use. If you don't mind, I'm going to see about refreshing this drink.
I can't thank you enough for these leads you provided on Marm's life story.
Don't mention it. Really, don't mention it. I'd like to continue my own life story.
Hold on just a moment. If you like well-written pieces, this is the article that actually attracted Marm's attention.
The hack hands me an article printed on high-quality glossy paper like you'd see in a fancy arts rag. The article paints Marm as a genteel patron of the arts. Convincing, unless you've actually met her. The second half of the article is about pandemonium and its design. A lot of words like incandescent and revolutionary are sprinkled throughout. There's a quote by the man himself about the need to ignore distractions in pursuit of one's art. Classy. Interesting. Thanks.
Friends and colleagues. Now, to sterile.
Softly, I approach Anton Klossner, the architect of Pandemonium. Like any good man tinkerer, he can't help but toy with his speech until the very end, so he doesn't notice me.
Criminal hooligans and grubby investors. I do hope you're enjoying yourselves at my employer's expense. That would be fun, but no.
Near his feet, I notice a worn but expensive buffalo leather satchel, just about the right size for a set of blueprints. But now's not the time to make my play. I just take my seat when Marm and her entourage step out in front of a waiting audience.
Good evening, my friends. I've enjoyed a fine life in the greatest city in the world. I enjoy the rule of more than 100 islands. But I've always had a special spot in my heart for Kleindeutschland. In those days, my youth was my armor. I took a pack of girls from my orphanage, and together we formed what would one day become my beloved dolls. The Mädchen would never be hungry again. In the course of my business, I have made firm friends with people of all walks of life. Let's all give a hand to one of those friends, Mr. Killmeyer, honorary citizen of the barony.
The crowd's attention moves to Killmeyer, who is sprawled out over a couch in one corner of the audience. He raises his champagne flute sourly, knowing the light won't move until he responds. For a heartbeat, Killmeyer and I make eye contact. Should I play it smooth, or tweak his nose to remind him of our deal? I roll my neck and shut my eyes like it's the most natural thing in the world. When I open them, Killmeyer looks as laconic and ill-tempered as ever.
Now, don't worry yourself, my good friend. You no longer have to forge your path alone. Look!
Surrounded by waves of cheering, I try to keep my mind on the job and on watching Klossner, but I can't help myself. The applause dies down abruptly as everyone follows Marm's eyeline.
Behold, my friends, behold the future!
I see Killmeyer's island glowing brightly. My stomach drops. The island looms ever larger, coming towards us. Ponderous, inevitable. I want a better look, but it's too far off. One of the guests at my table has a pair of opera glasses hanging halfway out of her purse. They're not much, but they might be enough to give me a clearer look at the approaching island. I settle into my chair and turn back to the stage. I want to hear what Marm has to say. I can find out the details later. Killmeyer clutches his champagne flute so hard I expect it to shatter like the bits of foundation crumbling loose from the island. A long silence descends, followed by a smattering wave of applause.
Friends, bear witness. We will usher in this marvelous land of tomorrow with the designs of the one and only Anton Klossner, designer of Pandemonium and countless other works.
Klossner stands halfway up from his seat, his forehead dripping with sweat, thick and pungent with fear. He favors the crowd with an airy wave, but he walks like a man about to face a firing squad.
Yes, thank you, Marm. We plan to remake Kleindeutschland with new marvels, in the spirit of our previous works.
Klossner seems drunk on his own brilliance. The applause dies down. Carefully, I circle around to where he was sitting. All eyes are glued to either the stage or the new Dreamland annex. I sidle over to the architect's abandoned bag and dive inside with both hands and sift through loose papers, pens, small bottles, but there are no blueprints in the bag. None at all. The blueprints aren't here. Klossner must have stashed them somewhere before the speech. Reluctantly, I straighten up before anyone spots me.
Thank you, Anton, for your exciting and thorough presentation. If any of you care to discuss business with Mr. Klossner, do visit him at his table. Otherwise, please enjoy yourselves.
The venue is buffeted with laughter and applause as Mom leaves the stage. The band strikes up again, and soon, adventurous couples begin to dance. I need to find Sophie, now.
Now, this is gambling table 1.
So, how did your pitch go? Did Klossner bite?
He listened just long enough to laugh in my face once he found out who I'm working for. The bastard! My boss is gonna have my head if I can't get Klossner on the payroll.
You know, I had the most charming dish the other day while I was out with Rodney. I've never seen the like. Apparently, Burroughs-style street food is all the rage these days.
I don't have more time to talk down to you, so let me be perfectly clear. Even if you had all the money in the uppers, you couldn't afford my services. Your project is pedestrian, uninspired, and unworthy of even a sliver of my attention. I'd wish you a good evening, but frankly, I don't care how your evening goes.
There you are. Did you find the package?
No dice, Soph. No prints. No sign of them anywhere. You swore he would have them. What the hell happened?
Giovanna, I'm telling you. I heard Klossner and Marm talking about the replica cake just before. I know he has them. You must have missed something.
I practically disemboweled that satchel. You said this guy never leaves his house. If we don't get the blueprints tonight, we're sunk. Could he have stashed them somewhere else?
I suppose it's possible, but I can't say for sure. Marm would know, but she's busy being the life of the party.
In that case, we'll have to go to the horse's mouth. Can you get Klossner alone?
I'm supposed to be watching Marm's back, so that's not the right play. Maybe I can set him up. He's the nervous type. Frazzle him and he'll go off by himself somewhere. I'll need your help to make it work. Find me someone I can tear into. I'm going to make a scene so big that Klossner won't be able to handle it.
You're not going to fit some poor chump for a Chicago overcoat, are you?
Gia, we might be a lawless bunch up here, but give me a little credit.
Is this really necessary, Soph? Can't you just ask him to meet you somewhere out of the way?
We have the same employer, but he doesn't work for me. If I ask him to meet here, someone will find out and I'll have to answer for it. It wouldn't look right. Trust me, this is the right play.
While we're at it, what's Killmeyer doing here anyway? I'm surprised he bothered to show, seeing as how Marm cut him off at the knees.
It's tradition to keep the old Baron around when someone gets annexed. Trust me, even if Killmeyer hates Marm like poison, he'll want to stay on our good side. Still, he wouldn't be a good pick for our little plan. Marm's watching him like a hawk to see if he falls out of line, which, let's face it, he probably will. Besides, he has a reputation as lousy company.
Okay, you've convinced me. Who's our pigeon?
Find someone whose inconvenience won't keep you up at night. Look around. It won't take long to find someone obnoxious or gauche or About to step into trouble with Marm.
At the bar, I spy a well-dressed boar waving around a hefty bottle of booze. He's red in the face and 3 sheets to the wind, and trying to make time with a powerfully uninterested young lady.
Go on, doll face. This is Primo Giggle Juice. It's my pleasure. Enjoy it. Think of me when you take a snort.
That's very generous of you. But I had another drink in mind. Have a nice night, okay?
Oh, come on. This isn't just regular old liquor store brandy, see? They just don't make a batch of this once every 10, 15 years. What do you say?
Oh, look. She looks like someone who knows from good booze. Say, what do you like?
Liquor goes straight to my head. Mine's a pineapple smash if I have the option.
Oh, a teetotaler. You're not one of those boring Nations Crusade Hausfrau, are you?
See? This dame wouldn't know a Blatz from a Bollinger. Let you and me take a sip of this brandy and you'll see what I was talking about.
You know what? I think I hear my friend calling. All this dry conversation has convinced me of the value of sobriety. Have a pleasant evening.
Wait a minute, come back. I was just saying. Now why'd you have to go and do that? I'm telling you, she was just about to crack.
Right. Sophie was right. It didn't take me long at all to find someone I could hang out to dry without feeling a bit bad about it. I leg it before I start to look good to this creep.
Yes. Papa's gonna buy a new pair of alligator shoes. Why don't you just save time and hand your money over now, you crumb bums?
I roll the sweet champagne over my taste buds as the loudmouth uses both hands to gather the pot. The dealer pauses before dealing again. The loudmouth wins again, with less grace than before. I stare at the player's hands and wait. In the blink of an eye, I see a card appear in his hand. I didn't catch a flick of the wrist or any of the other classic signs. Something shifty's going on here. I keep my ears peeled as another hand comes out. This time I hear a slight brushing of metal on cloth, and I instantly know his racket. Yep, there it is. A wire sticking out from his pant leg. Nobody's going to miss a cheater at a gaming table, least of all Sophie. Looks like I've found a sacrificial lamb.
So, how did your pitch go?
You listened just long enough to laugh and...
You know, I had the most charming dish the other day.
A group of ladies speak in loud whispers about all the goings-on. I peg them as a gaggle of gossips, trading information to get ahead, to get out from behind, or just for the fun of it.
And if that was his wife, I've got a bridge to sell you. Excuse me, do I know you?
I'm Fiorella. Sorry, I wasn't aware this was a private table.
Very funny. But unless you've got something juicy to share, you might want to move along. This seat's for talkers.
You want a little ammunition? I can pick out anyone here wearing a cheap knockoff from 100 paces.
100 paces? How rugged. Well, let's see it.
Back before everything went to hell, Needles and I used to spend our time in the Raymond district pointing out counterfeit duds. That ought to impress these sharp-toothed witches. See the redhead with the gent in the marigold cravat? That gown's a copy of a Benar original. The buttons in the back? Glass. The real deals are mother of pearl.
Seems like Lady Osmond's sugar daddy must have fallen on hard times. Oh, excellent. Do it again.
Maybe later.
How delightful! Come, sit down, have a drink. We have much to discuss.
I clench my jaw and sit through a seemingly endless stream of pap. Who's cheating on their taxes? Who's sleeping with whose husband? After what feels like hours, something interesting crops up.
Marm certainly knows how to throw a first-class shindig. In fact, one wonders how she's able to take care of business and still find time to plan such grand parties year after year.
You might want to keep your voice down.
Will there even be a next year? A little bird told me that Marm had another health scare. Did you see how Miss Sulzer had to help her up the stairs from the stage?
So, have you seen that new Apollo Diamond feature? No? Maybe we should go see it right now. What do you think?
Say, what did you all think of that speech that Klossner fellow gave? He seems like a fascinating gent.
He might be brilliant, but he's terrible company and has no civility whatsoever. He called my uncle a caveman and told him to go pick fleas off his wife. I practically fainted. I shouldn't say this, but I saw someone put the frighteners on him earlier. Klossner was trying his luck at blackjack, and a sharp-dressed man approached him. That gas-bag architect turned white as a sheet and as good as ran away to cower behind Mom's entourage. I laughed so hard I nearly started to hiccup.
Just between us, I can see you've got your thumb on the pulse of this party. Anything interesting happen here tonight?
I saw Councilman Jacobs making time with his campaign manager's daughter behind the kitchen. Let's see. What else? Oh, stay away from the poker table with the red and black felt.
Oh? Why is that?
Apparently, a young man at that table has been raking in quite a bit tonight. Mrs. Johnson says he looks just like Tommy Bonneville, a notorious swindler. But I wouldn't know. I don't read crime rags.
Those doughs are something else, aren't they?
Have you heard the latest dish? Alice is making time with, get this, Apollo Diamond himself. Can you believe it? A screen star paired with a notorious criminal? What is this world coming to?
Think I've raked enough muck for tonight with you lot. Thanks for letting me cool my heels.
Come back when you've got more muck, as you put it. You know, on occasion, these rougher nouveau rich can provide some benefit to society.
The gossips and delicate remarks about Marm's health are all the reason I need to point her out to Sophie.
Oh, he's gone.
Talent should be recognized, and I know talent, my dear. Forget the critics, printing molds and convincing
So, Gia, did you find me a fall guy?
Sophie, the guy at the card table. Spied him using a Keplinger holdout.
My. Fearless flyer. Let's make an example of him, shall we? Right. I'll get to work on our mark. Why don't you kick back for now? Get a little rest. Take in the show. Just keep a close eye on Klossner. We don't want to lose track of him.
Sophie turns away, and in a blink, she's checked her hair, touched up her makeup, and adjusted her skirt. I can't tell if she's enjoying herself or just showing off. Maybe both. The card sharp keeps a boyish grin on his face, radiating a pure innocence. Sophie's hand shoots out like a piston, clearly exposing the rod and cable of the Keplinger's holdout running up his sleeve. In no time at all, his hands have been bound and he is deposited by the goons onto a small platform attached to a pulley, hung high above the yawning abyss.
Attention! Please allow me to introduce tonight's entertainment. This is Tommy Bonneville. You might recognize him from his winning streak at the poker tables. Say hello, Tommy.
Hi, folks.
Splendid. Since Mr. Cheat enjoys games of chance, he will play a very special game. Based on one of Marm's favorites, Russian roulette. The pulley just behind me is paramount to the game. Regard this platform upon which our contestant stands. Regard these two ropes. One rope is unattached, and cutting it will have no effect. The other will release the platform when cut. Here's where you come in, friends. You, the audience, will choose which rope I cut. Left or right. One will ensure our contestant's safety. The other helps our friend enjoy the night air. So what will it be, folks? Left or right?
Left.
Right.
All of a sudden, I'm glad I didn't pick some random sap for this punishment. One of Marm's goons walks forward and hands Sophie a polished scimitar, its honed edge gleaming in the moonlight. Sophie takes the weapon in her left hand, blade facing towards the night sky. Theatrically, Sophie plucks a single hair from the contestant's head to test the sword's sharpness. Sophie's really playing to the crowd. They're eating it up. I don't want anything to do with the blood sport laid out before me. Sophie pivots to the right and slashes through the rope like a knife through cooked pasta. I see the blade part the rope, hear the line giving way. I see the contestant's mouth distend in an expression of utter horror, a blood-curdling scream ripping forth. Sophie's grin is broad enough that I can see every one of her front teeth, shining like cut ice. She's having a great time. The platform plummets. By 10 feet, no more. With a pop and a bounce, the platform springs back up, the contestant sprawled out across its spare surface. The cheat lays prostrate, his hands folded. From the low drone of his voice, I can tell that he is praying. Tears splash from his cheeks.
Darling, shh. Relax. We were just having a little fun. Of course we wouldn't ruin such a lovely evening with an execution. Thanks for being such a good sport. Folks, let's give our contestant a great big hand.
Wild cheers deafen me as the crowd voices their approval of the stunt. With surprising care, the audience members take the contestant into their waiting hands. In the meantime, Marm and her escort have made their way to where Sophie still stands by the swinging platform.
Sophie, Sophie, my beautiful, brilliant Haitian. Just look at those smiling faces. Now, let me take care of you for a spell. Clyde, Giuseppe, bring my good girl here a warm drink and a chair.
Thank you, Marm. You know what's best. Like always.
I've just sprawled in my seat with a plate of hors d'oeuvres when I spy Klossner pushing through a crowd of revelers. Now's my chance. I cram a canapé into my mouth and stride across the lawn. Klossner is here, relaxing in a comfy chair. He's writing in a large leather-covered notebook and humming quietly. He looks almost serene. The pool is completely full and spotlessly clean. It must have cost an arm and a leg to maintain this area. Eli Tillinghast is probably spinning in his grave. Barbells, ropes, even a gyro wheel have been set in one corner as a sort of exercise center. The does probably work out here while Marm relaxes with a drink. I take hold of one of the smaller weights. The wrapped grip is perfectly sized to my hand.
Why do I need this barbell? To threaten him?
Watching from the entrance, I catch a rare glimpse of Anton Klossner at rest, alone with his thoughts. He looks up and murmurs to himself constantly, in fits and starts. He pauses to write in his notebook, then taps his pen once against his teeth before writing in a heavy hand, as if through carbon copy. The pen scratches are audible from here. Mr. Klossner, are you not enjoying the party?
Who's that? Oh, it's just a... What do you want? Please leave me be.
I'm sorry, Mr. Klossner. Anton, if I may. That was rude of me. My name is Fiorella. I'm an investor. Nobody special, really. I just wanted the chance to talk to you about your work.
Just another little fish looking to make yourself into a shark, growing fat on the chum of my designs. Can't you see I have no interest? I have more money than I can ever spend.
You misunderstand me, Anton. I'm not here as an investor. I'm here because I'm a great admirer of your work. I had hoped to tell you how much you've inspired me.
Oh, an admirer.
Your designs are not only beautiful, but practical, built to last. I'd be willing to bet that, barring disaster, your buildings will still stand just as firm in 500 years' time.
Of course they're built well. You think I'd lend my name to just any ramshackle hut, disposed to blow away like so much straw? Stick to investment. You bore me. If you'll excuse me.
Okay, I admit it. The truth is, I don't know how to express how I feel about it, but I can't stop thinking about Pandemonium. I remember first stepping into Pandemonium. I was overwhelmed. I had stepped into a perfect corner of a perfect world. The facade, the art, the lighting, everything felt significant.
An honest answer. I have the same feeling. My life is a struggle to surpass that work.
But how did you come up with it in the first place? I've always wanted to know how it began. Will you ever publish your sketches or blueprints, or donate them to a museum?
Impossible. I can never share the blueprints for Pandemonium, because they no longer exist, except in my head. Marm had the physical plans destroyed. Recently, in fact.
Just like that, all our plans are flushed down the john. I've got to pivot somehow to get the information out of Klossner while he's here, in the flesh. I see. How are you finishing the rebuild without the blueprints? That must be quite a challenge.
The answer, my dear, is patience. It took time, care, and my direct supervision. Marm was in touch with me constantly, but why are you so interested in the blueprint?
Klossner's eyes slide off my face to the door beyond. I have to act fast. I'm sick of indulging this Abercrombie's ego. I look over my shoulder, then I draw my gun, smooth as water, and jam the barrel into his ribs. I can feel my teeth bare in a hideous grin. So, the blueprints are in your head? Let's see them. Or I'll go looking for them myself.
My dear, You're very much mistaken if you think that's the first gun I've ever faced. Put it down this instant.
I withdraw the gun, but only so it's more telling when I stick the barrel up under his jaw. You're not listening, Buster. Blueprints, now. Or you'll be chasing your head down Main Street. I can't lay the cheerful murderous act on Klossner like Sophie with the show on the platform, but the loaded gun lends an authenticity all its own. His defiant face crumbles into terror. Hands shaking, Klossner pens in more details on the pandemonium sketch. It's not anywhere close to perfect. After a couple of minutes, he hangs it up and pushes the sketch toward me. This just won't do, Mr. Klossner. Where's the rest of it? I know you didn't build pandemonium with this as a blueprint.
Young lady, I've had several glasses of liquor and champagne, and you're forcing me to work at gunpoint. This is the best you're going to get, so take it or shoot me.
I heft the barbell I lifted from the exercise area. His eyes widen. Oof, this thing is heavy. I can barely hold it up. I stand and hold the barbell up in the air over his right knee. He licks his lips as a bead of sweat runs down the side of his nose.
Heavens! Give me this sketch. I'll do as you ask. Just keep that thing away from me.
Klossner takes a deep breath to master himself, then starts sketching. He's slick with perspiration like he's just run a marathon, but his hand is rock steady.
There you are, you evil woman. Happy now?
Not just yet, Herr Klossner. I know you've got more in that head than what you're showing me here.
Please! I've already shown you more than I'm allowed. If it's any more detailed, she'll know it was me. You may have the gun, but we're both dead if you force me.
Marm's not much longer for this world, Klossner. And she's also not standing here with a gun pointed at your guts. Worry about me.
Is that a fact? Last year, Marm's chef served her an overdone steak. They found him upside down in a pile of manure.
My ears catch the resonant note of the docking horn. It's time to go. Klossner and I stare at each other. He's not sure what to think. Okay, Klossner, you've done your part. Take off. If you want to enjoy your golden years, you'll keep your trap shut and forget you ever met me.
I have to ask, do you really think he'll get away with this?
I hold up the sketch, done over in his own hand. The work bears his signature style so strongly, it might as well be a signed confession. My insurance policy is right here, Klossner. One peep from you and this goes directly to Marm. How do you think she'll deal with your indiscretions?
This is why I never leave the house. This is why I hate parties. I can't wait to return to my studio and lock all the doors and windows. Maybe have myself bricked in while I'm at it. I should have left just after that sick game with that lecher.
I'm already walking away. I fight to keep a triumphant, evil grin off my face, with only partial success. I don't have to like how I got it done, but I got it done.
Okay, time to go back to my home base.
Need something?
That firebrand from the Union. How'd things go with him?
Harder than I'd like to admit. Ever since I stepped back, he's been giving more speeches. Starting to get noticed. More people are coming to hear him speak.
Thought that'd be a good thing.
Yeah, until the strike breakers show up. But they've been sniffing around just like they did when Marco started making a name for himself. Even if we take Marm out, the kid's gonna have enemies. See ya.
Hello again. Take care.
Everyone's assembled to go over the plan. A taut wire of tension hangs in the air, and it twitches reflexively when I enter, like they're all waiting to see how much extra strain my weight will add.
Oh, so this is a point of no return.
Hey there. Both hands on the wheel.
Oh, hello.
Can't imagine the Dufresne situation has been easy.
No. Though I'm relieved that none of our people have been turned, it's a sobering reminder of how close our work brings us to the edge. We've lost good people in White Street, Alex and Maria among them. We know the risks, but I paid the last fare for many of our friends. It never gets easier. All right, bye.
Need something? Take care.
Yes, darling? Take care. Yes?
Circus everything you hoped it'd be?
Oh, Gia, it was wonderful. I'd forgotten what a difference getting away from the lab could make. It's too bad you missed the sword swallower and the cotton clouds, though.
It's fine, kid. I got an experience no one else can brag about.
Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Back so soon. See you soon.
Ah, Miss Randazzo. Take care out there.
Good day. Bye now.
Gia. See ya.
Yes? Goodbye for now.
So, no invention now?
Miss, thank you. Bye now.
Okay, no update.
Giovanna, don't be a stranger.
Then I'll bring Sophie again. Luca has access into brass or hustle skills. I think if available, someone who learned brass skills will be better with this strategist line, because this line has some bonuses in mobility and being closer to enemies will be beneficial with this passive. So if available, if someone has to learn these three lines, it's better to have this line also. So Luca, without access to smart talents, are worse than Gia, I think. So I'll give this truck to Gia. This truck to Gia, and I put Sophie again here. Then I have to move his items. These items also not lost by any bug accidentally. Yes. Oh, what is this one? Oh, I have one more vehicle. Let's check this vehicle. Circus. Haha. Has taunt. Three more AP, 16 weight. allowance. 2 more AP. Okay. And let's change to Sophie, and she will equip my Zephyr. And she will learn Okay, let's learn this one first. Usually I don't use this skill because of high AP cost. But when this skill becomes 70% from 40%, this can be useful. If I have 10 missing APs, this will be 7 damage. But for now, I'll learn this one first. Fine. And this Sophie needs jumping repulsors. And it'll be better if Crest has efficient jumping repulsors, because this jump costs only 1 AP and Crest didn't learn this skill, so having 1 AP cost jump will be good for Crest, and Crest did not learn this skill. While Gia learned this skill. And Sophie has this skill, so she needs just normal jumping repulsors with 2 AP jump. Even though this says 2 AP jump, Sophie can use with 0 AP. I think now I think I am equipped properly, and now I can equip more weight for this truck. Maybe because I dropped this repulsor to crash. Now I can equip more armor here. Ah. Now I think I lost my light armor. Okay. I have my light armor. Very useful bribe in White Street. So I can sell this one for now. Let's keep this one for now. Maybe I can go back to White Street. Okay, let's move. And I'll clear all Dreamland safe houses before point of no return. 2, 3, 4, 5 safe houses.
A single bed with saggy springs, a battered set of shelves, and a wash basin make up the sum total of the labor hall bedroom's conveniences. Surrounded by 4 walls and the extension of Luca's protection, I can sleep soundly here without the hovering threat of discovery.
Thanks.
A few minutes of idle searching reveals something wedged against the wall behind a corner table. The old supervisor's shack at the abandoned dock is all but forgotten. Stuck like a carbuncle on the dock's rear, it's long fallen out of use. The shack doesn't have much in the way of luxury, but the nearby sound of the hull breakers keep foot traffic to a minimum. A few minutes of idle searching reveals something wedged against the wall behind a corner table. Any remaining stock from this shoe shop was presumably carted out by the thugs who closed up the place. Pity. Even though there's not a lot of furniture, the quality insulation and thick carpeting here offers some comfort.
No.
I'd say the place had been picked clean, but there's nothing clean about it. It's empty and spent.
Now let's go back to my home base. And it's time to try
Everyone's assembled to go over the plan.
this
Taut wire of tension hangs in
point of no return.
twitches reflexively when I enter, like they're all waiting to see how much extra strain my weight will add.
So I'll go on my play in my next video. At this point. So see you next time. Thank you.